Hey guys, how you going? I'm Sam and I run a product sourcing and logistics company. And I just wanted to have a quick chat to you guys today about something that I think there's a lot of misconception with, especially with small business owners, and that's sourcing good quality products from China. Most people either think they're rubbish or it's impossible, or they're going to lose them in cargo and they're going to end up in the Congo or somewhere. This is all completely understandable. You're buying something from the other side of the world in a country that doesn't speak our language. And so basically I just wanted to dispel some of these myths and let you know how simple the process can be. The case study I'm going to look at today was just a really simple one, but it saved a lot of money. The client was an event planner. They have a balloon business on the side. I'm not an expert on that field, but they sell balloon kits and do balloon goings for events, that kind of thing. I was able to save them $2,500 Canadian on a small order. It was only 500 balloon pumps. And yeah, we were able to pick them up for absolutely nothing. This is right in the middle of the coronavirus, I might add too. So, shipping and everything's going to be more expensive at the moment, but we still saved them about $2,500 straight off the bat. Okay, so let's jump into the case study. So we were sourcing some balloon pumps for a wedding planner. So initially the pumps were being sourced from Canada from a local wholesaler there. I'd be surprised if they didn't initially come from China. I've seen exactly the same pump from manufacturers in China. But there's just been a lot of middlemen in between here. So Canada versus China. So in Canada, they were paying $4.40 US dollars per pump. I've converted all the figures here into US dollars just to make it really simple for everybody. In China, they were being sourced for 30 US cents a unit, and then shipping was another 30 cents. So we're talking 60 cents landed in the US, and that includes all the customs fees and insurance on the goods. So to make sure that nothing bad happens. So looking at these numbers here, this was a 500 unit order. So yeah, the 4.4 US dollars by 500, there was a total order cost of 2,200 US dollars. But we look in China, if we source from China, it was only 300 US dollars. So that's a massive saving of 1,900 US dollars on one order of balloon pumps, which, I mean, that's just going to push profit margins way up. It gives you more options. You can bring your price back if you want, get more people involved in it. But 1,900 US dollars on an order of 500 balloon pumps. I mean, that's astonishing. And just before I go any further, one thing that I will say, this type of thing actually is a really good thing to source from China, because one thing that can kind of kill you is shipping costs on really heavy items. So, I mean, generally it still works out much cheaper to buy it in China, but there are huge savings to be made when we're sourcing these really light, cheap objects. Any sort of steel products, it becomes more expensive because the shipping cost. Generally, one of the biggest factors in shipping costs is the weight of the item. So these things, they were small and light and just great to ship. Okay, so next up, let's look at the differences between trading companies versus manufacturer. I just wanted to explain this because in this case study, I actually used a trading company, and I don't usually do that. With trading companies, they're usually more expensive, and sometimes it's really just not worth using them. But in saying that, you can get a raft of different products from them. So basically, this is a company in China that's buying stuff from different factories around the place, and then selling them, all together, or however you like. So they've got to make their cut out of it. That obviously pushes the price up. But in saying that, it's a bit more like a retailer. You can go there and buy all the things you need. We were actually sourcing some other, balloons and things for this kit. So that's one of the reasons why we went with the manufacturer, with the trading company. And also, this was right in the middle of Chinese New Year. So the factories were down. I mean, obviously we've had coronavirus this year, so it's really slowed everything down. None of the factories were working. Although some of these trading companies had some stock sitting in some warehouses that were able to pick up, obviously reasonably inexpensively here, and get it moved. I mean, shipping was a little bit more expensive than it probably would have usually been as well. But anyway, I hope this was a bit of an eye-opener to everybody. It doesn't take huge businesses to be worthwhile. Going and looking in China for different products, you don't ever have to go there. You can get samples organised before you see them to, mitigate with quality issues, get quality control checks done prior to shipping. So, it is really safe, and there's a lot of opportunity out there to save huge amounts of money in this. So I just hope that brought a little bit of awareness to the area. I run a sourcing company myself, so if anybody's out there and they're like, I don't really know where to go, please feel free, reach out, and I can discuss your options with you, and look at maybe which is the best way of sourcing. But anyway, thanks very much for your time, and I'll see you soon.